Hello, spring. It's finally here, and tomorrow being St. Patty's Day, I'm going to give you the market update for San Francisco in the month of March. As we approach spring, one of the things you could probably tell is the inventory has been constrained. It's extremely tight. But what does tight actually mean? Let me define some of those numbers. I'm Chris Jurach, top producing listing agent here in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I want to share with you that our moving average for single family homes and condominiums, TICs, all products, residential, is typically in and around 1,000 units, and that would be plus or minus over the 5 years. Looking back, we haven't approached that number for quite some time, especially in the aberrations of the pandemic. But going back to 2019, we were floating just above 1,000. We're approaching that now. That's good news. But here's a little more detailed information I want to share with you. Our average sales price is somewhere around $1,630,000. Of course, that may seem a bit expensive. In some ways, it's actually cheap. Compare that to Marin or La Marinda, the Orinda, Walnut Creek, that area on the East Bay. So actually, in some ways, we're kind of on the average because we're about $1,050 per square foot for all units across the board. Things are going to change. I want to share a couple of details that I think you'll find impressive. Here's the facts. So we had about 30% of an inventory increase in the last 15, 16 weeks of the new year. What's important about that is that as we've been approaching new inventory, adding to the supply, it's actually been absorbed rather quickly. In fact, in a welcome, refreshing change, we saw almost 40% of the new inventory being added in the last 16 days of this month was single family homes. So 109 of the 279 available single family homes just came on in the past couple of weeks. The challenge, they've also been absorbed extremely quick. And now we're seeing back to some of the norms we had seen pre-pandemic and some of the things you may have heard of. Over asking, 40%, multiple offers, 21 offers. In my last representation of a buyer, we were all astounded, but I try to urge them to understand. It's not about the asking price. That's just marketing. Put that aside. Let's go back to kind of the idea of finding a single family home. Let's look at some of the area averages of what people are paying for homes with this size, with this square footage, with these views, and see how many sell actually per year. We're going to cram it all in typically in the spring or in the autumn, and here we are at the beginning of the spring season. The selling season has been robust, trading on all sides. Astounding numbers for sure. I want to share with you a simple fact. There was one that came out this year. It was listed for $8 million, sold $1 million over asking in 10 days on the market. Of course, that's impressive, but what we're thinking about here is active trading on all sides, from tenancy in common to single family homes all over the city, condominiums trading hands at around the same price per square foot. Of course, there's HOAs involved. If you have questions about this market and you'd like some guidance, if I can help you understand maybe some of the details. I know it sounds a little nerdy when I talk all the stats, but what I wanted to share with you is the market is picking up. We're adding new inventory each week. Of course, it's getting absorbed with the scarcity that we've seen. Some of the good numbers we're seeing are that the addition of supply is approaching a more normalized market. And if it's taken 5 years for us to kind of get back to that, while I can't quite tell on a crystal ball, I think we're moving in the right direction. If you have questions that you would like to understand the pricing strategy of a single family home, or if you're a seller and you're curious about laying out a strategy for yourself, please contact me at the information below. I hope you have a great St. Patty's Day, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon.